Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. So today's video is going to be a full face foundation or slash how to make sure your foundation doesn't look cakey type of video. I learned this new technique and I just picked it up from watching, who was it? Who did I see doing this? It was like on some kind of TV show and it wasn't anything special. I just saw them doing it and I was like, maybe I'll try that out. And I just been using it for my foundation ever since and I've been loving it. So if you guys want to know how I do my full face makeup, also my favorite drugstore and high-end foundations and stuff like that, please keep watching. Yeah, let's go right into the tutorial. So I tried to adjust my camera to make sure. I knew that was gonna happen. Why? So I tried to adjust my camera setting to make it as like real as possible. So for now, what I see in my viewfinder is literally what I'm seeing in my mirror. So this is pretty true to color and you guys are able to see all the scars and stuff that I have on my face. So I want to show you guys how I get a full face. I already mentioned this in the intro. Yeah, I picked up a technique that I've been really liking and enjoying with my foundation recently, and I've been using it basically every time I do my foundation, and it's been helping a lot in terms of cakiness. Okay guys, it's so hot in here, oh my god. To begin with, you always want to make sure that your skin is prepped nicely. Now if you have dry skin and like your skin isn't feeling and looking its best, pretty sure your makeup isn't gonna go on that great. And if you guys know, like if you're having a good skin day, your makeup looks amazing and flawless, whereas if you're having a bad skin day, it doesn't look that great. If you have dry skin, like it flakes off. Trust me, I've been there, I've seen all of it basically. So what I suggest obviously is to hydrate and cleanse your face and treat your skin very good, because if you have nice skin, your makeup will look flawless at all times. I spoke about all these products on my Snapchat, so if you don't follow me, make sure you do. I'll have it listed here, and I always like just tell you guys updates about skincare and all this stuff on Snapchat first. At nighttime before going to sleep, you guys know that before I was suffering from very dry skin, and I usually don't have dry skin, but all of a sudden like my skin just dried up. So I've been loving this Clinique Moisture Surge overnight mask. Now I like this because it's an overnight treatment. So at night after you wash your face, you put on all your serums or whatever you put on, slather this onto your face. It's just like a very thick cream, and then go to sleep. Your skin, I swear to God, Zaina, a really close friend of mine, has really dry skin, and she tried this and she's in love. Sana told me that she really likes it because literally you will wake up the next day and your skin will feel like a baby's bottom. It's so moisturized and it feels so good and smooth. So I put this at nighttime, and then for a daily moisturizer, you guys already know this, I love the Fresh Lotus moisturizer. I don't have it on me right now because it's in my mom's washroom, so I'll give you drugstore alternatives for everything. For an overnight moisturizing mask, I haven't found anything that I liked. If you guys have one, you can definitely let me know. But for like a moisturizer that I really like is the Clean and Clear Daily Moisturizer or something. That's a great moisturizer. It helps a lot. My dad even uses that. He really enjoys it. I don't know why I'm talking so much, guys. So let's get right into the tutorial. I have my handy dandy headband. You guys asked where I got this from. I got it from Amazon. It has foundation all over it because that's what I use it for. But you guys can get it from Amazon, and honestly, I also saw it at Forever 21. I've been using this Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Priming Spray. Oh my gosh. So it looks like this, and the reason I've actually had this for a really long time, but the reason I started using it is because I saw Nicole Guerrero used it. She's been loving it for a while now, and she uses it before she does anything or applies anything to her face. So I've been doing it too, and I do find that my skin stays a lot hydrated while I'm doing this. So I'm going to start off and just spray myself with this, and it just feels good. And to be honest, before, I just started using facial sprays like less than a month ago. Like when I came back from the Maldives is when I started using it, and I've been loving the way that they look on my skin. Before, like anytime a makeup guru or whatever used face setting spray or whatever, I was like, man, that's kind of like gimmicky. I don't understand how it works. But now I understand how and why they work and why everybody uses them. Then I go in with my all-time favorite primer. And you guys, by now, you should know what primer it is. Like, I've been using this primer every single time I do my makeup since I started YouTube. It's the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. And I love this because it's just a super thick bomb. Like, it's so thick, and it literally, like, you put it on your face and it just fills in your pores, and it makes your skin look so smooth and matte. Sometimes if I really like kind of want to look cute before going out but I don't want to wear makeup, I'll just put this on my skin, and it just makes it so smooth, and it mattifies everything. Like, can you guys see? Like, let me blend this out properly. Okay, these marks, I tell you guys every time, it's from my glasses, just excuse them, but you see how mattified this like area of my skin is now compared to like here. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but it mattifies everything. So once I've primed my face, I go directly in with my foundation. I'm going to tell you guys like a few foundations that I really like, because I might as well just update you guys. Now, if you followed me for a long time, you know I used to love this foundation before, and this is the EX1 Invisiwear foundation. You can see how much I used it. And the reason why I like this foundation, first of all, it looks beautiful on your skin, but this is for skin tones that are more on the yellow side. I don't know if you guys can tell like on screen, but I have yellow and olive undertones. Like, I am yellow AF. Even Ozara, like my whole family is like, why are you so yellow? And that's literally my undertone for my skin. And this foundation is meant specifically for olive and yellow skin tones. Another amazing foundation is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Once again, it's an oil-free foundation. I like most of my foundations to be oil-free because I break out so easily. Like, I used to put on foundation and within an hour I can feel pimples coming up. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you break out easily, you can feel a pimple and you'd be like, oh, that wasn't there before, because your pores get clogged up. So try an oil-free foundation. This one is Born This Way, so it's meant to look like your skin. I really do love this one. I used it a lot before, but I have since moved on. Then in terms of drugstore, my favorite is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I prefer the Pro Matte more, but I actually ran out, so I only have Pro Glow on me. But I love this foundation because once again, it's buildable. The Pro Matte is so matte, and it's such a good foundation, especially if you use it with the technique that I am going to show you guys today. These are probably hands down one of the best drugstore foundations, and I've actually also heard that the Milani, I think it's the 2-in-1, the concealer and foundation in one, is amazing. If you guys have a favorite drugstore foundation, please let me know, because I haven't been able to find a good one besides this. What I'm going to use for this tutorial is a foundation that I've actually fell in love with recently. Like, before I went to the Maldives, I actually got them and I fell in love. And these are the Naked Skin foundations by Urban Decay, and I don't know why I didn't try these foundations earlier. So it's meant to look like your skin. It's meant to mimic the texture of your skin, and I really like it because it's so weightless. Like, even when you put it on your hand, it's so weightless, and it doesn't feel like a thick foundation, but you can build it up. You're going to grab a foundation brush that looks like this, like an old school foundation brush. These were like the babies that we used to use in high school. So I'm gonna use the 4.5 today and see if it matches well. Make sure you shake it up, and then I'm just gonna apply this on the back of my hand. I like 2 pumps. Now, once I've mixed that together, I like to take the brush and just dip it in like this. And then what I'm gonna do is literally paint this foundation onto my skin. Now, you don't have to worry too much about blending because we will be doing this with a beauty blender, but we're going to just paint a thin layer. The goal is to do a thin layer all over your face first. Don't worry about blending. You can see how thin this foundation is because it just is literally sliding around on my hand. Just going to put this all over my skin. And then you don't have to be too worried about making sure you hit all the spots right now, because we're gonna do a second layer. Now, go in with your beauty blender. You guys, this is my new favorite beauty blender ever. It's the, I know it's not called a beauty blender, but this is the Tarte Quickie Sponge, I believe, and it's so freaking soft. This is the closest sponge that I have found close to the Beauty Blender. I'm not even kidding you guys. It's so freaking soft. I love this thing. So now before the foundation dries completely, go ahead and pat it all out on your face. And this is going to make sure that everything is blended out and all the excess makeup that you've put on, all the excess foundation, is soaked up by the blender. I feel like I should go darker. So now that our first layer is on, you guys can see that already has covered up a lot, but because we are going for a full coverage look, we're gonna go in with a second layer, and you guys don't have to worry because with this technique, since you're applying such minimal product on your face and because you're building it up where you need to, it's not gonna look cakey at all. So now what I'm gonna do is put a second thin layer on everywhere else, avoiding and not putting too much foundation on my nose and over here where I'm going to get cakey. Thin layer. The goal is we're building it up with gradually thin layers, and usually when you apply too much foundation at once, that's when it gets to look very cakey. But when you do it this way, you shall be Gucci. Once that is on, go back in with your blender and just blend it all out. And now what I'm going to do with the leftover, I'm just going to go on my neck just to blend it out because I feel like I didn't match well today. So now it's kind of coming together, but my eyes and my deep bags under my eyes is throwing it off. So we're going to go in with concealer next. I think you guys already know what concealer I'm going to use, and honestly, Tarte Shape Tape at the moment, I don't even have a drugstore like dupe for it because the Tarte Shape Tape concealer is so good. It's such a good concealer, and if you want a full coverage look, this is the concealer to go for. This is amazing and it covers your under eyes like a dream. And then I'm gonna blend this out with a beauty blender. I'm going to set my under eye, and I'm going to use the new, this is new by Tarte, I believe. It's the Filtered Light Setting Powder, and it's just like a translucent setting powder. It's a brightening powder, and I'm going to use this under my eyes. Next, for the last step in terms of like the coverage, we're going to go in with the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation, and it's a powder foundation. Cocoa powder foundation. And I'm gonna use this all over my face and like pat it in really nicely well. I'm going to go in with like a big buffer brush like this and just pat this into my skin. So I'm gonna just make sure I get some powder. Oof, a lot of powder. And I'm just going to press it in. So I'm not dragging, I'm making sure to press. Now I like to do this step before putting on bronzer and all of that because this, having powder on my face, will make sure I set that foundation, and then also when I go in with like a powder bronzer and stuff, it will blend in very nicely. I feel like when I don't put powder down and I just go in with a bronzer, it doesn't blend in that well because my foundation is still wet and sticky, so it kind of gets stuck on the foundation and it doesn't blend well at all. Like look on the side of my face, like you can't really see any bumps. I still haven't done like the full coverage, like I could have done like 3 layers. But I love when my beauty marks show on my face. You can kind of see some redness, but overall it looks like, you know, like full coverage. It looks like all the redness and stuff that was on my face initially is all gone. Next, we're gonna go in and bronze our face. I'm not gonna contour or like anything crazy. I'm gonna bronze it, and I'm gonna use my Tarte Hotel Heiress. I like using it with this like big brush by Japonesque, and I'm just going to apply some and I'm just gonna bronze all over my face. Do you guys see? It's kind of like more on the orange side, but I really like it because it makes it look like you just got like a tan instead of like a cool tone bronzer that I would use to contour. I have a big ass forehead, so I'm gonna bronze that up. Just bronzing everywhere. I just want some color to my skin because full foundations usually like take away the life in your skin, and the color just makes it one flat color. I'm going to go in with my NYX Sweet Cheeks blush. If you guys are looking for like affordable blushes that are great, NYX has amazing blushes. And I'm gonna go in with like the orange color. I don't know about you guys, but I love blush. I have such a heavy hand when it comes to blush, it's not even funny. So I always put on as much as I want, and then I go ahead and I like blend it out. So now, because we used so much foundation, not so much, but like a decent amount of foundation, and we also used a powder foundation on top of that, we need something that will like mold the powder foundation and the liquid foundation together and make it look like skin. Sometimes when you put on powder, and you guys know this, you will go from looking really nice and dewy to the powder just looking like powder on your face. Like it's just powder sitting on top of your face, and that is something that I hated about powder foundations also. So we need something that will kind of mix it in and just make it look like your skin again. So what I love, I've been loving this so freaking much, it's the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And now this I don't use as a primer, as it says primer water. It's silicone free, alcohol free, and oil free, which is amazing. But I use this after I put on all my makeup and everything. I love this stuff. This is what has been making my makeup just look so nice. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. When you put on a full coverage, you want it, like, you don't care if you look like you have makeup on, but you want the makeup to look like your skin, like it's nice and blended with your skin and it just looks creamy and fresh. Like, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, I know you know. If you wear a lot of makeup, you guys know what I mean. Like, you just want it to look like your skin even if you're wearing makeup. This does that. So after I'm done, I like to take it and just spray like a bunch on my face. Not enough to make it like drip, but like a decent amount on my face just to kind of mold everything together. It tastes gross though. Don't let it get in your mouth. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. I like chose like a different lip color this time. I'm wearing the Smashbox Petal Metal, and it looks like this. It's such a pretty color, and I don't know, I just thought I'd change it up a bit. I've never worn a metallic before. This is the completed like full face tutorial for myself. I hope you guys try the technique, and if you do, make sure you let me know. And also down below in the comments, if you guys have lasted this long through the video, let me know your favorite foundation or drugstore, whatever it may be, your favorite product from the drugstore, because I'm trying to also branch out back into drugstore products, except I don't know where to start. You guys let me know so I can try it out, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.